Good morning, guys. How is everyone doing today? Good, I hope. Okay, so we're just going to give it a second. You know how we do. Let the notifications go out. And we got a lot to talk about today, guys. Okay, awesome. So, the first thing I want to talk about, hey, that Aries Roxy. The first thing I want to talk about this morning is the whole situation with Sir King and Troy Allen. Now, I'm guessing that the little issue has blown over. Hey, LJ. Hey, Bookworm. So I don't know. I'm guessing the whole issue has blown over because I haven't heard anything else about it. But one of my subscribers did ask me to talk about it. So, as you guys know, I don't watch Sir King, but I do watch Troy Allen, and I did hear his video. So, Sir King was live, and Troy Allen made a comment in Sir King's chat that Sir King didn't like, and he told Troy to sit his ass down. And Troy did not appreciate it and gave Sir King 24 hours to apologize. Now, Sir King did not apologize, and now Troy is doing a Surviving Sir King series. That is right, guys. Troy Allen is gearing up to do a Surviving Sir King series. And if you go to his video, I can't remember what the name of it was, but I'm sure he has Sir King in the title. If you go to his video, he gives you all his information to where you can contact him if you would like to give an interview if you have ever been wronged by Sir King. So, yeah. And he did play two small clips of, I guess, people he's already talked to who are having not having issues, but who have fallen out with Sir King. And one of them was a lady, and the other one sounded like a young boy. So that is going to be interesting. Also, guys, yesterday morning at 6 a.m., when I woke up, I clicked on into YouTube to see what was going on, see what had happened during the night, and Rico was live, and he was cussing Mutt the entire fuck out. He pointed out her lies. He pointed out her fakeness. He pointed out he pointed out just all the shit that we see about Mutt that she tries to pretend that doesn't exist within herself. So Rico, he was on for like an hour and a half, and he was going off, but he wasn't like really hyped because it was super early in the morning. But that live was really good. So if you don't like Mutt and you miss Rico's live, you might want to check that one out. I can't remember the name of it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna start writing the names of these lives down. I'm trying to remember. Um, Bookworm. Rico has been on it. He is not playing with the girls. So, oh, also during Rico's little rant where he was cussing Mutt out, so he had like 100 and something people in his chat at 6 in the morning, and that bitch had like 22 people in her chat. She had like 10 thumbs up and 70 thumbs down. It was ridiculous. People from Rico's chat was going over there putting beer and green emojis in her chat, just fucking making her all frustrated and pissed off. Like, I know you guys have seen a mad dog before, so she was giving full mad dog over there. It was fucking hilarious. Good job, Rico. Vexed the hell out that bitch. Okay, so what do I have next? Oh, I put on here that Mutt forgot to hide her likes and dislikes, and her dislikes were higher as per usual. And then she had the nerve to say out of her fucking, what do you call them shit, her out of her fucking jaws, that she doesn't care about likes and dislikes. Well, you know what, bitch? As many dislikes as you get, maybe you need to tell yourself that you don't care about it in order to go to sleep at night. Well, I'm sorry, in order to go to sleep in the broad daylight, because bitch, you know you don't sleep at night, you fucking vampire. Ooh. And then after, because I didn't really listen to anything Mutt was saying, because she didn't really have nothing new to say. You know what she gives when she fights Rico. It's the same, same shit, same read she gives when she fights fucking Chopper. No different. So after the whole Mutt and Rico thing, Mutt came right back, badgering Sir King for flagging her videos. She said that she knows Sir King and Zills is the same person. She said that a day ago, and then she had to quickly correct herself and say, "No, they're not. I know they're not the same. They're one and the same." You stupid bitch. So even though the evidence is clear that they are not the same person, in her warped fucking muttly mind, they are still the same person. But she can't tell us that she believes they're still the same person because she knows that we don't believe it's the same person. And she knows that we are going to look at her cockeye and fucking crazy if she keeps saying that shit. You dumb bitch. Such a dumb bitch. Like, the level of dumb bitchtivity within that one is strong. It is super strong. Stephanie Renee, I'm trying to tell you, girl. Oh my God. Um, what else did I say? She said she has a zillion copies of her video and she's going to re-upload it, Sir King, and she will win. Like she's been winning this whole year, right? And then she said she had to create two new channels so she can continue to eat Subway and pay her rent in peace. I'm just kidding. She didn't say that. But she did say she created two new channels. I gather it's so she can continue to pay her $550 in rent and eat her $5 footlongs in peace. Next on the list. Oh, thank you, 43 people, for stopping in. If you guys don't mind, please consider hitting the like or the dislike. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Moving on. So, hey, Brian Lynn. James versus Rico. So, guys, did you get a chance to see where exactly the James versus Rico started at? Did anybody miss the whole little situation where it started, the beginning? Because I did write that video down. Hey, D Spot. So the whole James versus Rico thing started over on Brianna Simone's channel, and I wrote it down. Let me see if I can find it. So, give me just 1 second, guys. Let me see if I can find it. Shit, I can't find the name of her video. It was something like, I wrote it down. We'll come to it a little bit later. But it was at the 4 hour mark. It was a 7 hour video. So if you scroll down Brianna's feed and you find the first 7 hour video, that's the one I'm speaking of. And if you go to the 4 hour mark, that is where the explosions start. So it was a screaming match. James got James had some bass in his motherfucking voice that I'd never heard from James before. Like within the first 3 minutes, and he really starts screaming at Rico. Like he got some bass in his voice. I was like, "Ooh, where is mother? What happened to mother?" Because this right here is giving father all day. But anyways, James got like I said, he had the bass in his voice, and Rico, little Rico, you know what Rico gives? He was fire hot. Okay, that was the name. It was called the Get on Your Knees edition. So James said Rico is a clout chaser and disrespectful. And Rico said James got a big head and too many people praise him blindly. So that's the issues that they're having with each other. And I think maybe Rico probably started it by making some comments that James did not appreciate. And y'all know how it goes from there. So James also came live later that day, well, the next day, and spoke on the Rico situation on his lunchtime live. And I mean, during James's lunchtime live, Rico did come live because I guess he heard some things he didn't like. And they were both dragging each other. Both reads were cute, but as far as from what I heard, there was no new tea spilled. I didn't hear anything new. It was just, I don't want to say recycled reads. Some stuff was fresh, but it was no new tea being spilled. Now James kept it cute on his lunchtime live, but Rico went completely off. He didn't go completely off, but Rico, he was not feeling that shit. And don't be surprised if you see a full cleanup on Rico. It depends. I don't know. I don't know. We might see a cleanup. It depends on if Rico keeps pushing James's buttons. I would say keep pushing them buttons, Rico. Get that money, my nigga. We saw how lucrative it was for Phi Babe to beef with James for about a year. So I like both of them, but my advice would be to keep your motherfucking foot on his neck, Rico. If for nothing other than clicks and views. Okay, moving on. So, QB. QB was live and he spoke on the spitting out of the pork chops issue. If you guys are not familiar with what's going on, QB went live from Five Babe's house during Thanksgiving and he was eating his plate on live. And there was one part where he was eating the pork chops and he puts a napkin up to his mouth and kind of spits something out. Now, QB is saying that he was not spitting out food, it was a bone. He said when he cut into his pork chop, it was a bone in the meat and he had spit out the bone. I believe QB because if I'm not mistaken, he continued to eat after that. So if something is nasty, you don't spit it out and then continue to eat, in my opinion. Also, QB said he is not mutt, so don't expect him to be eating no fucking bones. He also said mother would have ate the bones on a sandwich with some onion. Hey, Nikki baby. Y'all, if y'all are not subscribed to Nikki baby, please subscribe. Nikki be going the fuck in, and I love every goddamn minute of it. Shout out to motherfucking Nikki baby. Okay, so next, QB spoke on the people on he spoke on the the people who be on Bama's panel sometimes. He complained a little bit about them and he didn't like the fact that they were telling her to cut the live. I didn't really like the fact either. I didn't like it, but it wasn't really annoying me like it usually would have. The first time they were doing it, I didn't appreciate it. But this last time, I understand where they were coming from because Bama was clearly drunk. And we, as the outside, we as the beef sector, in my opinion, did not need to be privy to that because it's just going to fuel the flames in the fire and it's just going to give the other side more shit to talk about and more shit to drag and to roast. And sometimes you can't be giving the other side fuel because they're just going to add it to the fire. So I do understand where Q Robinson and all the other people were coming at on this latest situation when they were telling her to get off the live. I understand. And I was hoping that she would end it also because it wasn't going to help her any. It was just going to hurt her. You know what I'm saying? So he also said that word on the curb is people are side eyeing Q Robinson. And I'm not shocked. I like Q Robinson, but Bama has been having an influx of people coming in. And I don't know if this influx, if they usually even watch her page, but if they did, they would understand more of the relationship between Bama and Q Robinson and how close they are. So QB is familiar and he knows that. So for him to say that, he feels that Q Robinson is overstepping her boundaries a little bit. I have made a statement previously saying that I feel like possibly Q Robinson was overstepping her boundaries, telling Bama always to get off the live. But to us outsiders, it may be overstepping boundaries, but to put yourself into that position, I'm not sure if I wouldn't be doing the same thing if that was my friend in that position. If you guys understand what I mean. Um, QB said that people is side eyeing Q. He said that people think she is a potential mole because I guess there's a situation going on with Sean Bradley and his Zoom meetings and his Patreon. Like I am a member of Sean's Patreon, but I am not downloading any more fucking apps. I am not. And in order to do that Zoom thing, you have to download the app. And I'm not taking up no more space on this phone. I got videos and shit recorded. I got a bunch of pictures and screenshots and shit. I got like barely enough space on this motherfucker. It is. I'm not putting no extra apps on there, nigga. If you got something to say and you want me to hear it, you'll say it on fucking YouTube or behind the regular Patreon that I've already paid for. That's just me. But so I'm guessing, I don't know. I'm guessing Sean is doing some talking over there and some roasting and gagging on the situation that he won't do on the platform. So people are thinking that maybe Q Robinson is the mole over there scooping up what Sean is saying and running it back to Bama. Well, Bama came live last night and she said that don't think that her moderators are the ones that are like running her back information and shit. She said her moderators are usually the ones who don't want to tell her anything, who want to like keep her calm. Bama said that it is the subscribers who email her and send her all kind of tea and timestamps and shit. And I believe her because you motherfucking subscribers, y'all niggas can be real super fucking messy sometimes, and I fucking love it. Shout out to the motherfucking subscribers. Okay, so he also called Q Robinson out for the takeover spirit on Bama's channel. Nikki said the setup is real, and I see it. uh, QB called out Q Robinson a little bit, kind of said she had like a takeover spirit. And I can understand where he's coming with from that to be a person just to drop in and to look at it. You would be like, whose fucking panel is this? But I feel like possibly Q Robinson has gotten what I like to call comfortable. And sometimes when we become comfortable, we can overstep our boundaries and not even realize how we look to outside people. So self-awareness is a big thing out here that I wish more people would have, that I try to have. I try to be very self-aware. So yeah, I'm just gonna drop that there. And QB also said that he doesn't really care for every time that Mama comes on live. She got a full fucking panel of a bunch of niggas. And I said months ago, that I stopped watching her on a regular basis because when I come over there, I come over there to hear Bama. I don't come over there to hear a panel of random niggas. Like I just that's not where we started. That's not how I started. That's not how I started watching you or liking you. And I'm not a panel biffa. I don't like them unless niggas is just straight up fighting. It's sad to say. Um Also, I wanted to ask you a question. So with the whole thing with the situation, and I'm not speaking of the devastating situation that happened. I'm strictly speaking of the YouTube, no, not hierarchy. What's the word? The YouTube positioning of the whole situation. Do you guys think that by her actions, by coming on the panel already with a loaded StreamYard, by heavily leaning on her panel members and her moderators and not really standing alone, I think there is a narrative being spent that Bama is weak. So I want to ask you guys, by the evidence that has been presented over the past 2 weeks, do you all think that Bama is weak? Let me see what y'all are saying. Go Camille say it's Q Robinson platform over there. Does Q Robinson even have her own page? And if she doesn't, why not? Because she obviously has a lot to say. Camille C said yes. Broke ass April said not at all. Hey, ain't nobody better than me. How are you? Okay, Mr. Triple L said people are talking out of turn on the StreamYard. So, I mean, in my opinion, I don't think Bama is weak. I just think that in this situation, with so much going on, she can't really think clearly and she's scrambling. Like if you know what goes on in your brain when you got a lot going on and it's some like devastating shit that happens and you're just fucking you're running on fumes and you're scrambling, that is what I'm seeing. So I would really like for the situation to die down for her and for her to be able to just move on from this. She did come on last night. The live last night was very strange. She basically just read the chat the whole time. It was very strange. I did not like it. It was not entertaining. I guess it was just for her to come on and just to say something or to speak to her people, but I don't know. It seemed she didn't have anybody on StreamYard, and it seemed like she was kind of floundering because she was up there on her own. The same thing that happened with Mutt. Do y'all remember when Mutt got StreamYard fucking happy and she just had people up there every day, every night. Like she would do 5 minutes of commentary and then she would click on that fucking StreamYard and just have that constant rotation of people. When her subscribers got pissed off and sick of that shit and she stopped, it took her about 2 weeks to get her footing back. Like she would come on and not really know what to say. So that is, I call it the StreamYard curse. That is one of the reasons why I'm not too hot to get that shit. Like I do want to talk to my bitches, but ooh, that StreamYard shit, it can make you lazy. Okay, so next on the list, I found out that Crust, y'all know I Crust, aka Jessica Jackson, aka Jessica Jackoff, aka Lillian, that bitch over there in fucking New Mexico. I think that's where the bitch is, ain't it? Well, Crust is further being doxxed through the YouTube streets. I'm hearing reports that her schooling and other info is coming out. Um, y'all know I don't watch that bitch, and I don't really watch anybody that's going at her. I gotta find out where this information is coming from so I can get over there and be nosy. Because if they dox and crust, I need to know. Okay, next on the list, um, I stopped by Kwani's last night. She was on. I do not like this new trying to pretend to be positive Kwani. Bitch, you are not that good of an actress. I can see right fucking straight through you like you was made of cellophane. Bitch, you need to stop. Either be evil and nasty or get the fuck out of here. You can't be evil and nasty forever and then all of a sudden you want to be a good person. It wouldn't work for Donald Trump and it ain't going to work for you either, you evil bitch. So, with that being said, I stopped by Kwani last night and Big Man TV was on there. Now, y'all know I don't fuck with Sir King or none of his weird ass fucking minions, so I never even heard this Big Man TV nigga talking. I heard this motherfucker talking over on Kwani and I lost my shit. Are y'all telling me this puny voice, little rat sounded motherfucker is the one who everybody is talking about? What is wrong with you niggas? Are you so desperate for entertainment that you will watch anything or any fucking body? Because I refuse to even spend 5 minutes over on his channel with a voice like that. What the fuck is that? Can anybody explain to me what the fuck is that? And that motherfucker is, oh my God. If Simp was a nigga, you would put his fucking face on it. He was over there talking to Kwani. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. He sounds like a male meow mix. He sounds like meow mix, but with like, I don't know, little 2-inch testicles. Maybe one of them dropped and the other one didn't. I don't know what the fuck that was, but I didn't appreciate it. And I'm really looking at you niggas side eye for even entertaining that bullshit. What the fuck? Moving the fuck along. Ugh. Good morning, Queen of Cups. How are you? Okay. So, moving on from that Big Man TV bullshit. So, like I said, I've never heard his voice. He's a special kind of simp, bitch ass nigga. Moving on. I stopped in Jay Dunn for a little bit yesterday because people were asking me about Jay Dunn the last time, and y'all know I don't really watch her like that, but I can stomach her, so I stopped by Jay Dunn. Hey, Caswell. Hey, Miss D Jackson. So Jay Dunn was live dragging QB for having AIDS, And while she was dragging QB for that, because QB on his live, he told that bitch, he told that bitch something like infection or something. He was basically gagging her for eating bloody pussy, right? And then Jay Dunn comes live and starts dragging him for quote unquote having AIDS. And then she starts to recap her bloody pussy games that she had with Bambi. CJ Dunn, this is why I don't fuck with you. This is why I don't fuck with you. And can somebody explain to me what is the fascination with TSCC and bloody pussy games? Can anybody explain that shit to me? Y'all are some nasty, demonic bitches. Nasty and fucking demonic. Bitch, if I seen you in the street, Jay Dunn, I would cross the motherfucking street. Bitch, it would never be a fight in real life between us because I would never want to touch a bitch like you. I wouldn't want your breath coming nowhere near me, you nasty, disgusting bitch. Right about now, you are on the same level as fucking eye snot as far as I'm concerned. You a nasty bitch. Disgusting. Fucking disgusting. You ought to be ashamed, and you should have been born a fucking man because you don't deserve to be a woman acting and talking like that. Fucking disgusting. Disgust bucket. Moving the fuck along. That shit upsetted me and my home girl. Hold on, guys. I need a little sip of my soda fucking with these nasty bitches. Disgusting. The fuck. Ugh. Women, that is an example right there of why you need to raise your daughters right. If you don't, that is what you could be looking at. And then Jay Dunn started gagging Bama, talking about Bama had a baby later in life. So if she had a baby later in life, then there's hope for her. Excuse me, ma'am. How was there hope for you when you a whole grown ass man? Last I checked, two men can't make no fucking baby, Jay Dunn. And if there is a nigga out there to fuck on you, oh, God help his soul. God help his soul. You don't deserve children out there playing in bloody pussy games like that. What are you going to teach your daughter? What are you going to teach your daughter? Disgust evading ass bitch. Why does she keep telling this nasty ass tea? Tamika Olivia says, look at who TSCC was. A group of rejects that all needed to be locked up. One needs to be in the hospital. One needs to be at fat camp. And a few need to be stomped the fuck out. Tamika, you better say that shit, bitch. You better say that shit, Tamika. And all these dumbass bitches talking about, I miss VS. Why? Are you motherfuckers wanting more bloody pussy games? Because that's all the fuck you're going to get over there is a bunch of disgust evading ass shit. Ugh. I'm glad that bitch is gone. And I hope she stay fucking gone. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to get all hyped this morning, but that shit, like I said, it upsetted me and my homegirl. Next. Jay Dunn says she was currently doxing QB's husband for what? I don't know. Who doxes the dead? Can anybody explain to me who in their right fucking mind doxes the dead? And for what? And then the last thing I wrote down is Jay Dunn is a disgusting, disrespectful wannabe stud with a chipmunk ass throat. Next, moving the fuck along. Let's talk about this foamy mouth bitch named Serita. So, Serita cussed QB out because he feels she needs to look to her children. Look to your children, Rita. And I fucking agree. So instead of taking his advice and, taking the kids to the park or playing some flashcard games with that baby or, whatever. No. Serita does what they usually commonly do on a Sunday evening in the in the Taylor household. She hollered and screamed at internet strangers and ignored her kids. A common, regular old Sunday evening in the Taylor household. It's sad. Also, guys, I don't know if y'all know. Y'all probably know because y'all a bunch of nosy bitches. Rita had the nerve to try to make a little video coming at me. Well, it wasn't a little video. It was some 3 hour mishmash of bullshit coming at me because I told that bitch also she needs to look to her children. So instead of taking my advice, also she decides to come on and want to cuss me out for 3 hours. Bitch, I gave you no more than a minute and 30 seconds, and I get back 3 hours? Really? It's the crackhead shit for me. And Rita is another one of them bitches. Like, you can holler all this pull up and whatever the fuck foamy mouth shit you like to holler over there, bitch. It'll never fucking happen. I would never even throw my dog at you, bitch. I don't fight with crackheads in real life, and I ain't fighting with no fucking crackheads virtually. I don't even touch motherfucking crackheads in real life, bitch. I wouldn't even touch you to punch you in your bald fucking mouth, bitch. I'd be scared to get fucking scabs and scabies and all kind of other shit from your motherfucking ass. Does that bitch look clean? No. Would I want to roll around in the hay with that bitch fighting and hell motherfucking no. I don't want you touching my hair, bitch. I don't want you touching nothing on me, bitch. You look like you would touch me and I would start itching, bitch. No. Motherfuck no. I would have to get a motherfucking hazmat suit on to hand you $1 out of my window. But since now you're a virtual beggar, you virtual begging ass bitch, now you can ask for dollars over the internet. Let me stop, because usually, guys, I am so nice to like beggars and homeless people, but it's the virtual begging for me. It is the virtual begging for me. Like, there was this lady standing on the corner the other day with a sign, and I gave her $1, and when I looked at her, Rita, she reminded me of you. She reminded me of you. As soon as I seen her and I gave it $1 and I said, ooh, that bitch Rita be virtual begging with her motherfucking sign. No different than this lady standing right the fuck here. And I handed that lady $1 with my little pinky finger way on the other end so she can grab her end without us having to fucking connect, bitch. And I barely rolled my fucking window down because I don't want no homeless corona on me. Rita, bitch, you give homeless corona. You give homeless corona, bitch. Moving along. So, also, guys, I seen Rick Reed last night. And I want to tell you, Rick Reed's live last night was so fucking good. Rick! Shout out to the motherfucking Gov. Rick Reed. That shit was so good. Nigga, I was laying down trying to fall asleep. I couldn't fall asleep because I kept chuckling and shit. I'm gonna have to watch it again this morning. Nigga, I watched that shit on 1.25. Y'all know Rick talk kind of fast anyway. But if you watch that shit on 1.25, that nigga just goes and it don't even sound like he is breathing. Oh my God. Rick! Now, the issue is not even an issue, but it is a small little issue for me. The issue that I have with Rick is that he's always cussing out QB. And I love QB. But this little fight that Rick and QB got going on, y'all, I think it is super fucking cute. I love it. The one thing I don't like the situation where Emmanuel was brought in. Like, I don't play with the dead. I didn't like that shit. Even though there was some good roasting gags that came out of that shit, it was some real funny shit that came out of that shit. It's just some things that me personally, I wouldn't touch because I'm superstitious and whatever. But for the most part, them two, that little fight they got going on, it is super cute. You get some of the best reads coming from Rick and QB. And when QB gets on his little late night dark screen live and be going at Rick, oh my God, that shit be so funny. I'm gonna have to cash at both of these niggas because y'all, through 2020, QB and Rick and their little fight has kept me thoroughly fucking entertained. And it looks like these niggas is gonna go out with a bang because that live that Rick did last night was fucking hilarious. Like I said, I was laying down and I was cackling, so I wasn't able to write anything down. But trust me, the shit was funny. Nikki Baby said all of them punks mad at QB because he was actually married. Period. I'm sorry I'm not reading y'all's comments. Y'all know I'm a one track mind type of biffer. I gotta keep it together. I'm gonna get real fucking distracted. Whew, okay, next on the list. We're almost to the end, guys. So, okay, the end is where I wrote about Bama and her live last night. The reason for her live last night was just to let people know that her mods really don't inform her about any of this shit that's being said about her. It's the subs that email her and tell her about the stuff. Um, And yeah, that's all I have on the list, guys. So it's been 35 minutes. We've made our mark. I hope you guys enjoyed the morning rundown. If you haven't already, please consider hitting the live button. I mean, shit, the thumbs up or the thumbs down button. Either way, you know your girl ain't fucked up about it. Thank you all so much for coming in. I really appreciate it. And depending on what happens today, if I can gather enough info, I will see y'all tomorrow morning. You know how we do. All right, guys. Thanks for stopping in. It's your girl Tatiana Busted Down. I am gonna come back later and reread all the chat to see what you guys are saying since I wasn't able to read it this time around. All right, guys. I will talk to y'all sometime tomorrow. Thanks for coming in. Hey, we see you. Thanks for stopping in. All right, guys. Hey, December baby. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.